The subject of this video is gangsters, soldiers, and new breeds. The views expressed are mine only. On an earlier video, I said that I would show you how this young man, how he would have been treated if he tried this on me back in the 1980s when I joined the Chicago Police Department. To be honest, that would have never happened to me or any officer that was working in the 1980s, because we were all trained to never let anyone get as close to our firearm as we were. Between these long arms and this baton, I would not let any man, woman, or child get that close to me. I would have warned that young man, do not walk up on me, kid. I would have warned him one time. If he did not heed the warning and kept walking up on me, he would get hit with that baton. I don't know why he's walking up on me. I don't know what his intentions are, and I'm not waiting to find out what his intentions are. Get too close to me. If you can't whip my ass, you are going to get hit, knocked on the ground, handcuffed, and arrested. If I was a gangster, I would beat the hell out of him just for stepping to me. But I wasn't a gangster. I was a soldier. And there's a difference. A gangster has no code and no rules. A soldier has a code of conduct, rules of engagement, and there are a few mitigating factors to consider here. Factor number one, look at his age. I read that that's a 16-year-old kid, a juvenile, a curfew. I did not beat up curfews in the 1980s. I took curfews home to their parents. Factor number two, look at the crime. That was a simple assault he committed, and the punishment should fit the crime. If you assault me, I arrest you. If you touch me, we're fighting. A gun in your hand? Well, now somebody's family is going to be wearing some church clothes. His family or my family. And if I have my way, that young man ain't going to get no older than today. When I put this shirt on, I was representing me, my code, and my reputation. And I wouldn't be doing any good to my reputation beating up 16-year-old boys. So, why are my hands wrapped? My hands are wrapped in tribute to the old school police fighters from the 80s and the 90s. There was a much better class of criminal then than there is today. Police fighters in the 80s and the 90s, they did not fight the police for money. They fought the police for general principle. They fought the police when the police disrespected them, and they fought the police to win, and sometimes they did. And when they lost, they took their loss like a man. They had heart, and I had respect for them. Now we have these new breed police fighters. They're soft. They have no heart. They don't bring fighting skills to the fight. They bring cell phones to the fight. And they don't fight to win. They fight to lose on video. And when they lose, they go and hire lawyers and file lawsuits. Stand up and fight like a man? That went out of style with the Jerry curl. These new breeds are a product of this new school of policing in the city of Chicago. A school of policing that I believe is destined to fail. The police officers that are working in this new school have way too much to think about. Plus, they're getting their directives from civilians who don't know anything except the laws of the courts. They know nothing about the laws of the streets. Nothing. When I was on the streets, I only had two things to think about. Don't get fired and don't get killed. The old timers that trained me, they taught me how not to get fired. Learn the job. Do the job the right way. Don't do anything criminal and don't do anything stupid. Very simple. Now, getting killed, that might be in God's hands. However, experience, training, and using just a little common sense might keep you alive on those streets. I had a philosophy when I was out there. I didn't have to be the biggest or the baddest, and I never claimed to be. I only got to be bigger, badder, and smarter than my opponent. That's all. And you don't win a street fight on the street. You win a street fight in the gym. Same with a gunfight. You win that at the gun range. I spent a lot of time and a lot of years at the gun range and in the gym. I can't show you what I learned at the gun range because I'm in my garage and I don't want to get shot by the police. And I really can't show you what I learned in the gym because today is my 58th birthday. I wish you could have seen me when I was 28. But I can tell you 3 lessons that I learned from the streets. And this is for you young officers that might be watching this video. Take notes. The first thing I learned, size don't matter. Size does not matter on the streets. Size only matters in the bedroom. Because it ain't about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. The second lesson, hitting power don't matter. I stood in front of many men who were bigger than me, stronger than me, and hit harder than me. Many. But I had an idol growing up. His name was Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali said, I don't worry about hitting power. Hitting power don't mean nothing to me, because I'm going to usually fix it where you ain't got nothing to hit. And that was Ali's game. And that's my game. You ain't hitting me. Hell no. Because I'm going to be way out here. I'm using everything I got to keep you from hitting me. I'm using speed. I'm using my reach. I'm using power, foot speed, athleticism. And occasionally, I'm going to hit you with that stick to keep you way outside. I'm not letting you rush me. You ain't getting up on me. I'm going to keep you out here because I want this to last. Why do I want it to last? Lesson number 3. Time is on my side, not on his side. The longer this fight goes, the better it is for me, and the worse it is for him. Because I put the call in. My help is coming. Yeah. He don't got no help coming. He got to get me out the game. He looked at me. He said I can whoop his ass. But he asked the wrong question. Can you whoop my ass in 2 minutes? Because that's how much time you got. You only got 2 minutes. You're running out of time. Yep. You hear them sounds? They coming to help me. Me. Coming to help me. They're not here to help you. He took too long. I'm going to end this video with some personal thoughts. When I took that oath and I signed on for this line of work, I did so knowing that I would be taking some personal risk. I also knew that sometime I would have to stand tall and play it hard on these streets. But what experience taught me, I don't have to play it hard all the time. I was an oak tree when I had to be. But sometimes it's better to be a palm tree because palm trees bend with the breeze. Oak trees break. I took this job serious, but I didn't take it personal. Because if I did, I would become bitter, callous, and very angry. I would stop thinking like a soldier and start acting like a gangster. And once I did that, I would be no better than the gangsters that are terrorizing the communities in the city of Chicago today. To be honest, I would be worse than them because now I would be a gangster hiding behind a police uniform. And that would make me a straight up punk. I learned to control my emotions. I did not get angry on those streets. And here's why. A decision that you make in anger will probably be the biggest decision you will ever live to regret. I know that. And if you don't know and you need proof, here's your proof. And it hurts me to say it, but I'm going to say it. You don't have to look any further than Jason Van Dyke. That is all the proof you need about a decision you make in anger. So, this is my last video. I gotta put down my cell phone and pick up my saxophone. And today is my birthday, so it's time for me to start celebrating. And anybody that know me knows it's gonna be some celebration. There's gonna be some drinking. I already started. Got a little of that right here. Got me a little crown right here. So I'm getting ready to start partying. But my last order of business for all you young officers out there, this is something that I see nowadays that disturbs me. I see these officers in these videos and I see something missing. This is a picture of me from the 1980s. I want you to see what you see next to me. What do you see on that couch next to me? You see that stick? Every rookie that I work with, I told them the same thing the old heads told me. Wherever you take your gun, you take your baton. Because you cannot beat everybody with your fists and you cannot shoot everybody with your gun. But you can hit any asshole with that stick. Take that. That's knowledge. And all I can say is it worked for me for 24 years. That stick kept me out of a whole lot of trouble. So I'm done. I'm out. Be safe.